Hello everyone there. So I'm here with Samsung Galaxy Note 7 to perform my first ever hands-on. I'm using this device since more than 7 days and just thought to share my experience with you guys. I'll be covering a lot more including battery tests, benchmark tests, real life performances, iris scanning, water resistance and few things which I don't really like. So grab your popcorns and stay tuned. It is going to be long. Now let's have a quick look around the device. It's the black Onyx version. So both the glass panel at front and the back. Metal frame which is also black, which looks amazing. Dual screen, dual curve screen makes it super classy to hold it in the hand. Now at the front you have the iris scanning setup, front cam, 5.7 inch Super AMOLED Quad HD display, which is HDR. Now let's not confuse this with the HDR camera mode. This is something different and brought from the 4K TVs. First for the mobile. Home button, capacitive buttons. At the side you have as usual volume rocker, lock screen. At the top you have noise cancellation microphone, SIM tray. At the bottom you get 3.5mm audio jack, USB-C, yes, USB Type-C, which is reversible and fast. The microphone, speaker grill and S Pen. So that's the quick look. Believe me, it is gorgeous. So let's talk about the performance now. Now I just want to clear the stigma about the Samsung lag. I heard this from a lot of people, yeah, that Samsung devices lag and they hang. Yes, they used to. I agree. Even I used to equally hate, but not anymore. Samsung has improved a lot on the TouchWiz, and yeah, since S6, I think they have worked quite a good. Note 5, S7, and this Note 7. The performance is as snappy as you can expect from any flagship phone. Yeah. So what here I'll do is I'll just walk you through the some random daily apps that we use mostly, and you would see that the lag is not really there. If you try to scroll any list, it is as smooth as you would want to. It can't get better than this. I'll just open some random tabs and apps to show you. Please scrolling. Let's open the gallery. Now let me open a big. Now this is 500 images of the SLR quality, and if you see, all are loaded in the memory. Not only this, if you try to resize the thumbnails, look how smooth it appears. Yeah, so that's how good the performance is. Let me just try to scroll through some pics as well. So as snappy performance. So just wanted to uh, get rid of that Samsung lag thing. It is indeed not there. Let me try to open some few more apps like calendar, camera. Got the idea, right? How fast this is. Let's try to play around with some more apps. Let me close existing apps first. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, which is generally a little slow on the Android. Let's play the hot song in the India, which is currently trending. Okay Google, navigate me to the office.
Navigating to work.
It's okay, let's play around with some games. Screen is gorgeous and I'm going to enjoy playing with this. See, it's obviously better than the phone I have previously used, which is, let's say, Note 5. So there is no lag as such. Obviously you wouldn't expect that from the latest processor from the Samsung. So that was Asphalt. Let's try Temple Run. Of course, after playing these heavy games, I doubt there will be apps loaded back in the memory. Let's just see that it's little aggressive RAM management from Samsung, so which, I'm not confident. Wow, so it was there where I left again. So yeah, I hope you'll be satisfied with this performance. I never opened it previously. So yeah, that's about the performance. So first let me get benchmarks out of the way. Um, I have just a few benchmarks. To be honest, I'm not really into benchmarks, but I know a lot of you guys will be interested in that. This is the Antutu score. This is Antutu 6.2.0. Ranking wise, it says it's fifth, and iPhone 6, S7 Edge are above it. I'm not sure if those are cranked up versions or what it is, but yeah, that's the score. This is about the Antutu HTML5 test. Score is 22,570, and it says on the top I have few Geekbench. So this is the single core score 2135, and this is the multi, yeah. So that's it about the benchmarks, to be honest. So that's it. Now let's talk about the battery life. I'm using Exynos 8890 version with 4 GB of RAM. So battery life, if I have to rate it, I would say it is a good battery life and not excellent. Now let me justify that. Why not excellent? Because I'm not able to survive for 24 hours on a single charge. Why good? What I just need is 15 minutes of fast wire charging to fulfill that margin. So yeah, that's the good thing about it. Now if you see, I have got quite a good screen on time, 5.31, 5.25. Sometimes for 2 days I have also got screen time not more than 4 to 4.5 hours. Why? Because we are paying so much for this device. I don't want to compromise on the performance or the features, so I put my screen always on feature. I have also connected my Gear S2 smartwatch and Samsung level Bluetooth headset. Also I have this dual SIM version, so both the SIMs are always on. So including everything, I'm satisfied even if I get 4 to 4.5 hours of screen time. That's sufficient for me. And I anyway use wireless charging pad at office, so whenever I need that little boost, I use that charging, and it makes my day. So that's it about the battery life. Now let's talk about the Note specific features. Talk of the town currently is the iris scanning. It is way faster than I was expecting. However, it's still one step slower than the fingerprint scanning. So you can see once screen is swiped, it's pretty fast. In fact, you cannot even see that your irises are being detected. Now let's just make sure it's the iris scanning that is in work. So you see it's not detecting it anymore. Now as soon as I get into it, it detects. So yeah, another good thing is that it works with very well with the low light, with glasses, um, and even my LASIK operated eyes too. It is one step slower because you have to swipe the screen first, then it enables the iris scanning mechanism. Yeah, while fingerprint scanning just works like this. So yeah, fingerprint scanner remains unbeaten and the fastest version, but there are some practical scenarios where fingerprint scanner won't be able to you won't be able to use fingerprint scanner, and iris scanner will be definitely helpful. Now let's talk about the water resistance. Yes, it is first for the Note series. It has IP68 rating, which means that it can withstand up to 30 minutes under 1.5 meters depth of the water. Yeah. So here it goes. Now here is one of the scenario where your fingerprint scanner won't be able to work. Yes, it doesn't work when either your home button is wet or your fingers are wet. Now let's unlock the phone without any error with iris scanner. You saw how fast it is. Now obviously touches aren't quite good under the water, but you have the magic of S Pen, which works flawlessly. Yes, S Pen is waterproof too, and you will be able to take notes as well. Of course, there is no practical scenario where you would like to take notes as such, but what it just means is you should be able to use it anywhere worry free. Imagine the conditions in India and other tropical countries where monsoon is dominant, and in that case you don't have to worry about your note at all. Now how can note review will be complete without S Pen? So without going in depth, I'll try to show you some latest addition to these features. Samsung has revamped Note, so there are no scrapbook, memo, or note separately. It is all combined over here. Smart Select is as usual. Screen write is screenshot and writing over the screen. Then translate, glance, and magnify. These are three new features over here. So let me show you that. Translate, what it does is it does word by word translation from list of languages to again a list number of languages, different languages. Let's see. And there is another feature which I didn't really get its real life usage, is the magnify, which is just fun to use for me. You just hover the screen over it and that part of the screen gets zoomed in. Probably it will be useful when you load desktop side, but still you won't be able to use it practically to read this stuff. So third is glance, which which minimizes particular app and keeps it as a thumbnail. So let's use this. Now you do whatever stuff you want to do, and this preview will be here. Just hover the screen over it, it appears. Now one practical use with this is, let's say you're chatting with someone and you want to check scores continuously, so you can keep that any app over there in the glance, so that you can just quickly glance without switching the screen. Now my favorite is new addition to the Smart Select. Let me show you that. I'll be using that to create animations. Let's say this is the GIF making capability. So you just start any video, so whatever is playing on the screen, it will create GIF out of it. and share this instantaneously with your friends and your loved ones. I'll be using that quite a lot. So yeah, that was about the S Pen. And finally, the things which I didn't like. Very first is a gesture from Samsung, which is to introduce 128 GB and 6 GB RAM version. Honestly, I'm not worried about the memory 128 GB, because this is expandable. But yeah, obviously that 2 GB of RAM would have been nice, and feels little disappointed. Um, Even though 4 GB is more than sufficient for us for any practical scenario. Second thing is little aggressive RAM management. Basically, you can't get enough confident that your app will be there in the memory loaded in this state where you left it. Third thing is the battery. Now this is not a feature that everyone will be using or will be using on daily basis, but it just bothers me. Checking the battery usage is quite slow. Now I understand there is lots of system intelligence behind it to optimize the performance, to analyze the data and it, but still it just bothers me a little. So yeah, those are some minor issues, I would say. Uh, that's it then. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video and this was informative for you. Thank you for watching. I know this was quite long. Thanks for your patience.